Hey there, journaling friends. Welcome back to this cozy corner of the internet where we'll talk about journaling, memory keeping, creativity, and stationery. I'm Honey from Cafe Analog, and today I'll be having a journal date by diving into the concept that holds a very special place in my heart, the word Meraki. Originating from Greek, it means to do something with soul, creativity, or love, and to put a part of yourself, your heart and soul into what you do. So for January 2025, Meraki is our word of choice for Cafe Analog's Project Me, a creative project for our journaling community to have fun, stay creative and inspired, and you're welcome to join in. I'll leave a link in the caption below if you'd like to know more about this project and check it out in your own time. When I think about the theme Meraki for my journal, I think it's all about infusing the pages with pieces of my heart, thinking about the things that makes me happy and calm, but also taking the time to make the practice feel loving, kind, and unhurried, instead of just focusing on how the final spread would look like. So for the spread, I started by surrounding myself with lovely things. I burned an incense paper to set the mood and made myself a cup of tea, and then I decided to begin by selecting some photos I'd printed on washi paper. If you're interested in this washi paper sticker that I use, I will leave the brand down below. I have not tried many washi paper sticker brands, so I really don't know if this is the best brand, but it worked well for me and for my Canon printer, so I'm quite happy with it. I started by choosing some photos that I think represent the feeling of Meraki for me, something that moved me when I saw it and brings that loving, soulful feeling. I printed these photos from Canva because I love Canva and I have used them a lot for years, also for some design works and content publishing work in my previous job. So if you're wondering where you can get some beautiful photos you can use or print out, you can check Canva. You can also use your own pictures, of course. I sometimes also use my own pictures, especially when I'm journaling about my travels or meeting friends. But lately, the Netherlands has been so grey and dark with only a few beautiful sunlit days, so it was so hard to take pictures these days for me. Anyway, what's beautiful about this process, I think, is that the same feeling might be represented entirely differently by someone else. So, for example, someone may choose a vibrant color or a photo of themselves with their friends to capture the feeling of Meraki, while someone else may think it's about pastel and dreamy colors paired with a picture of a quiet, foggy forest. So it's just going to be different. I always find this interesting to see other people's spread when we know we're actually journaling about the same thing or following the same theme or prompt, but the end result are just so different. I think that's so wonderful to see how we have our own way of seeing the world and interpreting everything. Naturally, I also started creating layers with my paper scraps because it's something I love when decorating pages. When I'm busy or not in a good mood, usually I don't do much layering because it's a longer process for me. But I love how it forces me to slow down, taking the time and rethinking my placement of paper, the layout, the composition. And even though it takes more time and effort, it really gives me the essence of Meraki. This is just how I'll do it if I put all my hearts into it. I love using papers of differing textures, colors, and weights to create a layout and also to cover some of my journal entries underneath tip-ins, so I do not have to edit or blur my journal before sharing it on social media. So I just enjoy this process of layering and making tip-ins. And I always think that layering as a concept is also a bit like life. For instance, I have some really nice handmade paper that I treasure, or paper bits from a well-known stationery brand, Letterpress paper, or paper given to me by a dear friend. But I also have just leftover wrapping paper, or bills or receipts, or magazine cutouts, paper scraps, or other random paper bits. But I just combine them and try to make something visually pleasing with them. Well, at least visually pleasing to me. And I think using different kinds of paper is what makes it more beautiful, because it adds depth and point of interest. I think my layers will look so boring if they're all just beautiful handmade paper, or just, super delicate paper, because it's just going to be too much, or too loud, or too extra of the same thing. So I guess for me, I usually use 1 or 2 lovely paper, and the rest are usually just scraps, just leftover paper from my craft projects here and there, which I think I need them, and I want these scrap of paper or these random paper bits to make my beautiful or precious paper look even more beautiful. I hope you understand what I meant by that. So the contrasts is what makes the layers beautiful. So I think in that way it's also true in life, that we are just layering moments and experiences. We have good days and tough days, moments of joy, or moments when we burst into tears, when we meet someone, when we lose someone. And what we can do is just work with all of these moments and try to create something beautiful or pleasing with all of these things, something that we can love and live with. And I guess just seeing how all the bad just makes the good better. And yeah, so I guess that's all for today. I invite you to create your own Meraki inspired journal spread and take the moment of journaling to reflect, get creative, and pour a little piece of your heart onto the page. So thank you so much for joining us today, and I can't wait to see how you translate this beautiful word into your journal pages. I think it's just so magical that we have this common love for paper, memory keeping, and stationery, and I always feel so lucky to find journaling in the first place and to connect with all of you. So happy journaling, and remember to pour your love and soul into it and have fun. See you next time. Bye.